What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE Nintendo Switch news video that I have here for you guys. So if you like sales numbers, then you're probably going to like today's news video. A lot of stuff to go over when it comes to numbers and popularity, and a little bit of my insight on each of the topics. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So Nintendo of America has opened an official Reddit account before we get to the sales. So things are going to get pretty interesting here because, as you guys know, Reddit can be quite a different place than normal. Obviously, the internet is the internet. People are going to harass, people are going to say crazy things, people are going to claim crazy stuff, but it's funny to see all the different stuff and interaction that goes on at Reddit, a lot of the memes, some of the stuff, so it could be a good thing. Obviously, Nintendo wouldn't have opened up this Reddit account if they didn't feel it was a good idea when it comes to interacting with the fans and spreading news. So Reddit is big, and I think it's a good idea overall, but it is going to be crazy to see some of the stuff that goes on there, some of the moderation that goes on, what's going to be taken off, what's not. So let me know what you guys think about this, and you can check out the Reddit page in the link in the description. It will be there. I'm not sure if there's much up at the time that I'm doing this recording, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo's going to share information on the upcoming products and Nintendo Switch 3DS related stuff, maybe theme parks, all of that on the Reddit, and of course all of their other social media pages. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. So the top 10 Amazon sales charts in Japan have refreshed, and yo, things are looking pretty good for Nintendo when it comes to the Nintendo Switch. So before the Switch, and this was actually posted by Stealth on Twitter, make sure you follow him, he's a fantastic Twitter user, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is #1. Now before Mario Kart 8 really got going on the Nintendo Switch, Dragon Quest on the 3DS was #1. So Amazon, big sales for Mario Kart 8 so far. That is #1. #2 is the Nintendo Switch system itself on Amazon Japan. This is the best sellers in video games. #3 is Dragon Quest 11 on the PS4. #4 is Dragon Quest 11 on the 3DS. #5, it seems like something to do with the Nintendo Switch. I can't really tell, it's kind of small. And then #6 is something to do with Mario Kart. I think it's another version of Mario Kart or something like that. #7 is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so that's still selling well. #8 is the gray Nintendo Switch, so the #2 was the neon colored one, and then #8 was the gray colored as far as the Joy-Cons go. #9 is the Famicom Mini, and then #10, it looks like the Nintendo Switch gray with some type of DLC or some type of bundle or package, and that's what it seems like. Mario Kart is also a bundle or package, or even the #5 spot, like I said, was the Nintendo Switch with another bundle or package as well. So the Switch is pretty much dominating in Japan at the moment. Amazon Japan charts, when it comes to the media crate, which we'll talk about later there, Switch again #1. But this is definitely good to see because we did not see this stuff with the Wii U, and with the 3DS we kind of did, but it's just interesting to see the amount as far as what's going on each time there's a game. When it's Legend of Zelda, a big game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that shows just a big push, and the fact that Switch has multiple spots on Amazon Japan sales charts is so good, and I am happy that it's doing that well. And the big games are coming. Obviously we have Legend of Zelda, which is still selling, and we also have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is #1. And remember, this is not a brand new game. This is basically Mario Kart 8 with all the DLCs, some touch-ups, some refinements, awesome battle mode, some new stuff put in there, some new characters as well, some new amiibo skins and things like that. But overall, people are saying, yeah, this is enough for me to pick up this system, and a lot of people didn't buy Mario Kart 8 that could have bought Mario Kart 8 or that wanted Mario Kart 8. I guarantee you that there was a ton of 3DS owners that were just like, you know what? I'm good with Mario Kart 7, or just people who just didn't buy the Wii U in general. So that's why Mario Kart 8 is such a good idea, even though some people are trying to say, oh, well, it's just a port. Well, not to a lot of people. It's a lot more than that to a lot of people who didn't buy the game or who didn't buy the DLC and who wanted a good battle mode. So to them, it's a lot more than just a port, because you can take this game anywhere. It's almost a completely different game for some people who don't have the time to sit in front of a TV and play Mario Kart 8 on a Wii U with the gamepad or anything like that. So it's very different to them, and happy to see that it's selling well on Amazon Japan. Now moving on to the next article, we do have some more Amazon sales charts when it comes to the US, and once again Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is at the top of the charts in Japan and in the US, #1 on the Amazon bestsellers. We've got some PlayStation cards, we've got Final Fantasy 14, and the #5 is interesting because it's actually the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. This Pro Controller has been selling well pretty much throughout the whole time of the Nintendo Switch, so that's good. As as an extra controller. It's actually cheaper than buying another Joy-Con set. So if you have someone else in the house, probably want to pick up this Nintendo Switch Pro controller or pick it up for games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe where you necessarily don't need to use the Joy-Cons, or if you just want to have something else for Legend of Zelda. So once again, really good. But this is really surprising because people have been saying that Puyo Puyo Tetris is actually doing pretty well when it comes to sales as far as pre-order numbers go, and it is number 8 on Amazon when it comes to the sales charts. Number 8. That's really good. I would never figure that a Puyo Puyo Tetris, which Puyo Puyo isn't big, but Tetris is, but I guess putting those two together is a good combination. But that is number 8 on the Amazon sales charts, and it's good that it's a physical copy of the game. If this game wasn't a physical version, I don't think it'd be charting as high. I don't think it would sell as much, and it also is discounted compared to a full price release. They're $59.99 for the full price release, while Puyo Puyo Tetris is only $39.98 on Amazon, so that's really good too. And rounding out the top 10, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with a slight discount at $56.50 on Amazon Prime. So once again, man, this is good stuff. You've got 3 Nintendo Switch games in the top 10. We got another Nintendo Switch product when it comes to the Pro Controller for the US in the top 10. So that's good to see. Obviously, it's going to continue, and it'll be interesting to see how Disgaea, Street Fighter, and Minecraft do on the Amazon sales charts, in addition to how they do in Japan as well. And moving on to the last article here, we do have some news on the Media Create sales charts. So let's go ahead and get into this. And this was for the week of April 17th, 2017 through April 23rd, 2017. So Fire Emblem Echoes opens up at 131,000 plus copies. So Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia for the Nintendo 3DS sold 331,668 copies during its first week of release in Japan. The latest Media Create sales figures reveal. Coming in at second most this past week was Bandai Namco's Pro Yaku Famitsu Climax, which opened at 48,142 copies sold. Also new this week is Dark Souls 3, the Fire Fades Edition for the PlayStation 4, which sold 33,088 copies. And Dungeon Travelers 2-2 for the PS Vita sold 27,881 copies. On the hardware side, the Nintendo Switch once again remains strong, selling 3,000 additional units over last week's 45,000. So here are the full charts that I'm going to go over when it comes to some of the games. We talked about Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia, also Pro Yaku, and Dark Souls. We also have Monster Hunter Double Cross on the Nintendo 3DS, which sold another 27,283 units for a grand total of 1,393,376 units. In my last video, we talked about how potentially we could be seeing Monster Hunter 5, or there's some analyst that's saying something like that, and I think with these sales, it's time. Now is the time to move this over as a big system seller. The Switch is selling hot. We see what Double Cross is, which is essentially an enhanced port, right? Or it's basically just a rebranding and they have some more content in there. Bring out a new Monster Hunter on the Nintendo Switch. And at number 6, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the limited edition included, sold 20,364 units for a total of 395,655 physical units. One thing to remember, guys, with the Japanese Media Create, they only count physical sales, not digital. So the Nintendo Switch version of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is over 400,000 units sold in Japan. That is an insane attach ratio compared to how many Switch systems are actually sold, which I think the system is over 500,000. I think it's 600,000 or something like that, but it's pretty close to the amount of Nintendo Switches as far as Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the #1 game on the eShop, or spent time at the #1 game on the eShop in Japan. So a lot of people are buying digital in Japan as well. Now number 7, we do have 1-2 Switch, which sold another 9,790 units for a total of 186,158 units. And kind of moving down the list here, I do want to mention number 11, Nier Automata from Square Enix. Good to see Platinum Games still doing their thing, selling 6,125 units for a grand total of 307,084 units. We also have at number 13, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, which sold another 4,143 units for a total of 104,689 units. Pokemon Sun and Moon still selling evergreen, 4,012 units for a total of 3,245,611 units. That game came out in November 18th, 2016, and it's still selling. And then over at 15, we do have Super Mario Maker for the Nintendo 3DS, still selling 3,809 units for a total of 1,023,243 units. At number 16, Super Bomberman R from Konami, 3,552 units for a grand total of 73,677 units. Number 17, Yokai Watch 3. It's time. It's time. Level 5. Level 5. Before I even get into the numbers, it's time to bring this over. it's time, because this one hasn't quite sold as well as you guys would think. I think it's time to move it over to the Nintendo Switch. You have a 3,163 units for a total of 707,846. Still really good. Pretty sure with digital sales that it's nearing 1 million, but still, time to bring it over, level 5. In terms of hardware, Nintendo Switch, once again, #1, actually selling more than it did before, which is so good. There wasn't any notable releases. We do have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming out, and there was, what was it, the Spelunker game, I guess, right? But really, there was no notable new releases for the Nintendo Switch, yet sales went up, so that's good. Nintendo is restocking, getting more units out there in various areas, and Japan is no exception to that. Nintendo Switch sold 48,694 units. That was up from the 45,673 they sold last week. New Nintendo 3DS XL sold another 17,570 units. The 3DS in total sold over 22,000 units. PS4 sales dropping down a little bit to 15,000 or so. PS Vita sales dropping a little bit down to 5,000, nearing 5,000, and the PS4 Pro near 4,000 sales. The 2DS actually sold near 4,000 sales. New Nintendo 3DS, so that's the smaller one, sold 1,114. Looks like people like the bigger one more. The PS3, Wii U, and Xbox One are obviously dead at this point when it comes to Japan. They're all been discontinued in that country. Or, well, not the Xbox One. Sorry about that. It hasn't been discontinued, but might as well be. They sold 68 units this past week. So, those are the sales charts there. What do you guys think about all that? I think it's good that the Switch is doing well. Obviously, Nintendo has the software to sustain sales even when there isn't constant new big titles. They have the smaller indie titles coming out to help with that, but I think the big titles really help sell the system in prolonged states, and that's the biggest thing that they're doing better when it comes to the Wii U versus the Nintendo Switch. They have bigger games that are coming out, and also for the market. Obviously, being a portable and being a home console, that is pretty much like the dream system for a Japanese gamer, right? Especially if you love portable side. Well, sometimes you don't always want to look at a small TV when you're at home. Sometimes you want to play on your big TV. Sometimes you have friends over and they want to play too. So you can hook it up, play it there. You can take it on the go when you're on the train or when you're on the subway or in between your breaks. It really is a great system for the lifestyle. It still needs to add a couple of things. Obviously, it's missing some features, missing some stuff, needs to get some more support here and there. But I think the plan that Nintendo already laid out has been apparent, and they let everyone know this is what we're doing. It's going to be big games and it's going to be a build-up, which they're doing. As far as compared to the Wii U, it's a much better plan. I'm seeing a lot bigger games and a lot more impact when it comes to The Legend of Zelda, obviously, and also Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Then we have some big third-party games. Minecraft already coming in a few weeks. Then also we have ARMS and we have Splatoon 2 in the first 6 months of launch. That's really good compared to what the Wii U did. Trust me, go back and look at the first 6 months of the Wii U. Nowhere near as good as the Switch when it comes to big system-selling first-party games. So let me know what you guys think about all of this news in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.